I haven't seen red and blue come together this nicely since the creation of purple. Hey guys, it's your boy Rod from DBZSHFIGS.com, and today I'm bringing to you an unboxing and review of the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Son Goku Kaio-Ken Event Exclusive Color Edition. So that's a long one, but anyways, before I get started, I just want to let you know that I'm on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Once I reach that milestone, I'll be giving away one of these Tamashii Nation Store exclusive Son Goku Innocent Challengers. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You might even be the one taking this one home. This one was released back in November of 2021 as the first ever Tamashii Nation's New York Comic Con exclusive. And it only retailed for $60. Now, there is a little bit of history with the figure because on December of 2023, B-Jump actually for their 30th anniversary released the same figure basically, just without the Kaio-Ken effect piece, but still charged $60. So think of it what you will. At least it included a nice little unique cover that says it's like 30th edition. But anyways, this figure you could find on the resale market for, I found to be around 130 to 150, which is obviously very expensive. But as we'll keep going in the review, you'll find that it's a pretty nice figure in my opinion. I don't know if it's worth that, but I mean, if you're a really big fan of Goku, then maybe it is worth it. But anyways, let's take a look at the box here. So of course we have our usual Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts event exclusive box. I do like how they do two different colors. Usually there's only like one color, but this one, since he's Super Saiyan Blue and he's also Kaio-Ken, we have blue and red. Always look out for your Tamashii Nation's quality sticker as well as your Toei animation sticker. And it tells you exactly which series it's from. So this one's from Dragon Ball Super. And then we just have a nice bit of art on the box. Up here, we don't really have anything. And down here, here's Goku trying to fight us. Let's get him out. So here is the figure in the clamshell. I know there's a lot of people that like to see how the accessories are laid out within the clamshell. So here it is. As you could tell, there's two different plastic clamshells, one for the figure and one for the aura effect piece. But honestly, you could probably tell by the way that there's not a lot of accessories with the figure, but let's get them out. So here we have the figure out of the box, but before we get started, make sure to check out my website, DBZSHFIGS.com, where you will find a complete archive of every single release in the Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts line. The site is constantly being updated with all the latest information, so make sure to check that out. But here we have Goku, and how cool does he look? He's just a really glossy figure, which is what we've come to know with the New York Comic Con exclusives. You know, we got the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta last year. And, I mean, if you watch my predictions video, I'm expecting a Gogeta this year. But I mean, I know it's an acquired taste. I know not everyone is going to like the way these figures look. I know they are a bit overly, glossy in a way, but I think it goes well with what it's trying to represent. This is a very specific Goku when he's, Super Saiyan Blue and Kaio-Ken. So he's always going to have that aura effect piece around him, which should translate over to him having this kind of color to him, right? So you wouldn't really expect them to just look the same orange on his gi that he looks like when he's just like base form Goku, right? But other than that, I mean, he is pretty much your typical Goku figure. He's battle damaged, of course, because it's supposed to represent, I believe, when he uses the technique in the Tournament of Power, when he's fighting Jiren. At the detail, the hair, I love the hair. It's kind of translucent, which I always think looks pretty cool. Like you could see the different shades of blue in the hair. So it's more like a ice blue here, but then it becomes like darker and more translucent as it reaches the top. And it's just so many details. You could also see like hints of dark blue on top here. He's pretty lean because that's just the way, Super Saiyan Blue works. That they don't become buffer, they become leaner and stronger. And then we have many details on the shirt, how it's ripped here, how it's like almost ripped, kind of trying to make a hole there, but not really. And then of course, the top of the gi was ripped off. And then over here we have a bunch of cuts on his pants. Like back here you can see is like the skin color, and then on this one you can see is like the color of the pants because his knee is exposed, right? So that's a cool detail there. Even like it dripping down here because there's a cut. That's very nice, very nice. I like it. But anyways, here's the face that he comes with, and it's just like a stern, not really angry. He's just like ready for whatever challenge is ahead. Then there's this one, which is like his teeth are out and he's grunting and grinning and he's in the middle of battle. He's having a hard time, right? And then this one, of course, he has to come with a screaming one. So this could be him doing like a Kamehameha, or just in the middle of combat with a stronger opponent, or maybe even like screaming at someone, screaming at Frieza to come help or something. And then last but not least, this one is kind of like a happy Goku, like he won or he sees victory coming, which I really like. I like that there's varying expressions. You know, with this kind of form, it could have been easy just to include like the previous three, like the stern, the grinning, the screaming, because it's basically when he's in the middle of battle. But I really do like that they included an additional like happy looking Goku. As far as hands go, with typical Dragon Ball S.H.Figuarts, he comes out of the box with the close fist punching, you know, ready to battle. Then of course he comes with what I like to call the martial arts hands. So he basically has like 2 fingers in, 2 fingers out, and it's just like a typical pose. And then of course, typical Goku has to come with his Kamehameha hands, you know, so he could do his traditional pose where he's like powering it up. And last but not least are the open palm hands, which typically come with the Goku figures. It could be like a Ki Blast hand or anything you could imagine. And then the only other accessory it comes with is, of course, a pretty cool one, which is this unique red and blue aura effect piece. So of course, to represent the Super Saiyan Blue and the Kaio-Ken all at once, which, if I'm not mistaken, this is like the only way to get this special red and blue one. I might be wrong about that, but I could imagine that being the case. But anyways, let me scoot back here. It looks incredible. Also, this little one also has like hints of blue among the red, which just makes it totally unique. It just makes any pose that you do with this Goku is just gonna look 10 times better, because in my opinion, the aura effect pieces always make your figures pop no matter what. So really welcomed in this set, and I really love it. Anyways, now we're gonna move over to the review part of the video, and we're gonna start with articulation at the bottom here, 360 with the foot. You're able to go down. You're able to actually bend a little bit up, although this piece of the boot gets in the way, but you're still able to have some motion there. You're able to have an ankle rocker from side to side, and then a toe bending up. And then at the knee, you're able to bend not too much, because, you know, like the pants are pretty baggy, so they get in the way, even though it's ripped, right? So I would imagine on this one, you get like a way more motion there. But since this one, you know, it's ripped, so they kind of get in the way of each other there. So it's like a 50-50 difference there. And then the leg is able to extend this far out, front this much, and back this much. And you do get a swivel there, so you could like twist it to the side, twist it inward, wherever you want. And then at the waist, you are able to rotate 360, hoping it doesn't pop out. This one didn't. However, I don't know, I wouldn't really do that too many times, because I feel like the paint is gonna start chipping, you know, with the belt here and the pants there. So I wouldn't really recommend doing that too often unless you have like a sick pose you want to put them in. But anyways, as far as ab crunch, there's not really a lot there, which is kind of weird, because I don't know what's constricting it, you know? Maybe it's the clothing there, but you don't really get a lot of movement. He is able to bend down this much. And here, he's able to move from side to side, which is always welcome. and twist inward, outward, wherever you want him. At the shoulder, you gotta be careful with this piece of clothing here, because you gotta move it around so that everything moves around, but you still get a 360 there. Shoulder goes outward this way. The butterfly joint makes his fist basically in line with his nose there, which is pretty cool. And then you do get a rotation at the bicep. At the elbow, you could bend a lot. Like usually, a lot of figures, I don't know why they stop like at the 90 degree, but this one, you know, you get like a 30 degree there, and then 360 at the wrist, and you're able to bend it inward and outward. And then for the head, you know, he's able to look down, not a lot, like his chin doesn't really touch any of his body. And then his head is not really able to look up either. He's basically just looking down a little or looking straight, but he is able to bend side to side, whichever way you want him. And of course, he rotates 360. So that's pretty much it for the articulation. So I wouldn't really say there's anything like wrong with it, except for maybe the ab crunch, but you know, it's just some things we've come to know and love with the Goku figure. So I'm gonna give it a 4. As far as accuracy goes, I'm gonna pop up this picture right here, and yeah, we could, you know, discuss all day about like the glossy look of the figure, or maybe the hair doesn't quite match, but I understand what they're going for, and for the most part, it's pretty spot on in my opinion. So I'm gonna give it a 5. Next up is price to plastic ratio, and just want to remind you that this was a $60 figure, and I go based off what the retail was, because I mean, we could all be buying this figure, you know, at different prices on resale. So retail is what I go with. And just to remind you, he comes with a total of 4 faces, 4 pairs of hands, and the aura effect piece for a very unique set of color. So if you watched my other Goku review, the World Tour Goku, it's a very similar scenario. The accessories in terms of faces and hands are very reminiscent of like a $35 figure you find at Target or Walmart. However, you also get like a very premium looking figure, so that has to count into the price. And then on top of that, you do get the aura effect piece, which Tamashii Nations themselves sell these for about $30. So if you take a $35 figure, $30 for the effect piece, that's $65. And I don't know what price you put on it being like a premium figure, but add on to that and you will quickly find out that you're getting more value than what this is selling for. So at $60, the figure and the effect piece are already $65. It's already more. So to me, this is an easy case for a 5. Next up is scale, and I brought out my buddy Saiyan Raised Honored Goku. And basically, I mean, it's a comparison of Goku to Goku. So, you know, Goku being the base of all comparisons, they should just be the same height, which, you know, they are. Obviously, the hair is different because, you know, there's a difference when he's Super Saiyan, right? But the top of his head is in line with the top of this one head. So they're basically the same height. So that's an easy 5. Next up is shelf presence. And as always, this one is the most biased out of all of them. What I like on my shelf might not be something you like on your shelf, and vice versa. But to me, I think as Dragon Ball fans, we can all agree that a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaio-Ken Goku just looks amazing. I think maybe you don't like the glossy paint, maybe you don't like the hair, you know, there might be a lot of things that you don't like it, but to me, especially in hand, this just looks like an amazing figure. It'd be so easy to display on your shelf, and the uniqueness of like the red aura with the blue, it just draws your eyes to it. So to me, it's gonna be a 5. So overall, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku Kaio-Ken gets a cumulative score of 4.8 out of 5, which is easy to see why. Pretty good articulation, accuracy is top notch. The price to plastic ratio at $60 for this figure is really good. The scale is obviously very easy to get a 5 on because he's a Goku. And then shelf presence, I know could be biased, but to me, easy to display, amazing looking. But if you disagree with any of my ratings for the 5 categories, you could hop on DBZSHFIGS.com, go to the page for this figure, and there should be a poll there for you to input your grades for those 5 categories. But anyways, if you made it this far into the video, just want to say you're a real one. Make sure to check out the Amazon Deals tab at DBZSHFIGS.com, where you'll find all the best current listings for Dragon Ball S.H. Figuarts that are at good to great value on Amazon. And other than that, I really hope you have a nice rest of your day.